We're live. I didn't realise that it was past time. I got a little bit of a shock.
Should I?
I'm just going to clean my ears. Welcome everyone to Q&A Monday. I am Anne Renata and she is
Renata Daniel.
And together we are
Frightfully
good. We haven't done that in ages.
I know, right?
Wow. Oh, hi Sherry, how are you? Have you recovered from your what happened to you today or the other day? Somebody said that you're going to go to hell for touching tarot cards. Well, there's other things I heard of that you're going to go to hell if you touched or got hairy palms or something like that.
Unless you're a priest, of course.
You went there early.
Hi Jodie, and hi Jodie, and hi James. Hi Stacey.
Oh, Justin. Hi, Justin.
Samantha. Hello, Mick.
Jose.
Hello, Jose.
I found one of your reviews that you left for us, Jose, saying that we were like your family, and it gave me a little moment. I mean, that's so nice. That's so nice.
Hello, Andrew and Jodie and
look at
Sarah.
all the blokes coming on tonight.
And Bronwyn and Matthew.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
So, what have we been up to this weekend, Renata?
We went out to Gloucester, and Gloucester is in the Hunter Valley, and it is about...
Well, it's actually not the Hunter Valley. It's the Riverina.
Riverina?
Yeah, I think it's in the Riverina area.
Okay.
To go closer to Taree.
Well, anyway, it's about 2 hours out of... About an hour 45, 2 hours out of Newcastle. And it is a beautiful little spot. If you have not been out there, it is worth driving out there and spending a weekend because it's just gorgeous.
And the people are so lovely.
Yeah, they're country people and they're just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And we do a very amazing tour out there, which takes us, first of all, into the museum there at Gloucester, which is a sensational museum. It is awesome. And then after that, we get into our cars and we go up to Gloucester Tops and we go out to the mine site, the Mountain Maid mine site, and explore deep in the forest, the miner's hut, the work hut, and right up to the mine face. We can't go into the mine.
But we go right to the entrance of the mine. We have an experiment there that we do.
It's structurally unsound, and
But
they have
fixing it.
Yeah, they have a whole lot of things propping it up. So we are not allowed to go in.
They are planning
to
let us in eventually.
Yeah, yeah. So if we can get enough tours out there and throw some money at it, maybe there'll be a moment in time where they'll open it up and we can go in. That will be so cool.
Even if it's only part way.
But it's quite interesting that the first night we were there, all the excitement and all of the stuff that was going on seemed to be around the museum area, and then it was quite quiet out in the forest. And then on the second night, the museum was really, really still, and everything was happening in the
forest.
The forest, yeah. So
I had some good activity on the first night in the forest. So we heard those footsteps walking towards us, and I turned the flashlight on to see who was walking around because it was no moon, and I thought they're walking around with no torch on, and went to put the spotlight on, and there was nobody there. We're all like, "Did you hear that?" And we're all going, "Yeah, I heard that. We all heard it." So that was really quite weird. Anyway,
So,
Erin's got the first question for us tonight.
Donna says it's the Barrington Coast.
Oh, there you are. Thank you.
The Barrington
Yeah,
Coast.
Riverina is Wagga and Deniliquin. Yeah, I know. I'm not really good with
Maps.
at all. Failed geography miserably.
And
So
look, guys, before we move on, if you could all do us a favour and share this to one other person and say,
yeah,
these ladies are on right now. If you've got a question,
Bit
come
of
on
fun.
over and ask it. Please, that would be so awesome.
look
Thank
at
you
us. We're
so
all
much.
in black tonight.
I know, we're all in black.
Yeah, you're dressed to possess, and I've got the Bucklands Museum of Witchcraft and Magic T-shirt on.
So this one is actually from Electric Witch. I can't get it up.
It looks like you're about to flash your crotch at people.
Electric
Witch?
Electric Witch, which is an Aussie business, and I've bought a couple of their things. So hashtag Electric Witch.
All right. Is Slender Man and Black Eyed Kids real?
That would depend, Erin, on who you are talking to. Many people have had experiences with what they call a Slender Man and with black-eyed kids, not so much in Australia as overseas. A lot of it is myth and legend, though, and Hollywood movies.
Yeah, there is a lot that has to do with generating interest in a particular movie that might be coming out, and there is actually a movie called Slender Man, and they'll do it as a promotional stunt, as they'll start off some sort of rumour. But the thing is, once they start off the rumour, all of a sudden people start coming out of the woodwork going, I've had an experience with that. So you will find some people that will have an experience. I personally have had no experiences with either of those, so I can't say whether they're real or not. I tend to lean towards the fact that they are created, though not real.
Now, Sue McMullen there has a
Just jumped.
very, very intense question for all of us to consider.
Where is it?
And I would like you all just to
Yes!
address this.
Yes!
Yep, Susie. And your preference, please.
Yeah, you watch the fur fly now.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes!
All 50 odd people of you, please.
And I've had banana on pizza too. Bacon and banana pizza is divine. Don't knock it till you've tried it, cow.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We're old cows, remember?
Okay. So, yeah, what do you reckon? Does pineapple belong on pizza? I'd say yeah, depending on which one you get. But I don't mind a bit of pineapple on pizza. Tell us what you think.
What does that say? It was a test to see if I would reach to watching show I've seen right through it. Oh yeah, it was poor Sherry had an interaction with someone today, so telling her she's going to hell for tarot cards and crystals and everything. Oh, here's the gorgeous Lorna Gay. How are you?
Hello, Lorna Gay.
Custom mirror gazing. Do you recommend having another person there to watch, supervise? No. What do you recommend? And I would love for you to run a course on it sometime if you're thinking of organising a workshop. Hint, hint. We need to get back to the Australian School of Ghost Hunting. We're stretched.
Lorna Gay, there are
mine?
always lots of ways to do anything, and there isn't one way that is the perfect way or the only way. We do some mirror gazing during our tours at Maitland Jail, and we have found some astounding results are occurring. And we don't go too far into it. We just do it very quickly, very gently, tell people what to look out for, and just give them that 5-10 minute experience. But there is also what they call the psychomantium, which is also literally about gazing into mirrors, but you kind of sit in a specialised environment, and there is some preamble that needs to be done before you can do that. That kind of gets you ready, and that actually takes a couple of days really to get you into the mood, so that when you sit down at the mirrors you know exactly how and what, and you're already primed and all of that sort of stuff. But just normal mirror gazing is very much like just meditation, but using the mirror as your focus.
This is one I have, Lorna. I just turned that off so you can see. This is a black obsidian one. And
it's gorgeous.
You angle it so that you can't see reflections, and then you unfocus your gaze and allow your gaze just to drift, and you may see colours, shapes, forms start to appear. You may not. It may take practice, but I love that one. Oh, it's got a chip on the side of it. Oh no, sticky stuff. Yeah. All right, I'll just put this back. You answer that one because I know you'll do it quickly.
Do you know if children choose their parents during pregnancy? If so, can we find out why? I'm not an advocate of that, Bella. That's just my prerogative. That opens up a whole Pandora's box on beliefs about people choosing parents before they're born, so that they go through particular tests and levels
That's to do
in this
with
life.
like reincarnation and everything as
so
well.
I kind of I can't make it up to say that I believe in that. I kind of don't. So you're asking the wrong person. Do you believe in that, Anne?
No, not really. I'm more into the idea that it's a random
Every sperm is sacred.
event with the connection of DNA and all of that stuff happening, and depending on environmental factors is how the baby is cooked. But the soul coming in, I suppose, is the question is when does the soul or the spark of who you are come into the fetus? That's a tricky one.
That's a question. And I tell you what, everyone, at the moment I have just started the Ghost Studies book, and it is by Brandon Masulo, and it's quite interesting. I'm just up to chapter 3, and yes, it is an audio book, and yes, it is a disc. I know, right?
She's so old school.
It's historical.
Where do you play it?
And I thought I'd ordered a real book. And when this came, I've gone, uh-oh. But my car actually still plays discs. And I love it. So I'm playing this in the car at the moment.
Oh, cool.
I know, yeah. And the thing is, this is going to be very, very interesting because he offers some different facts on how he looks at the whole paranormal thing.
Facts.
Well,
that's an iffy word. Theories.
Gathering all his work, because he's not only a parapsychologist, but he's worked as a clinical psychologist, and he's studied at universities all over America and the UK, Scotland, and he has over 100 or so stories of people who have been having paranormal experiences, and what he talks about is the significant similarities.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm yet to get to. I'm only up to chapter 3. But the one interesting thing is that in the first 3 chapters, he mentions virtually word for word everything that we've been talking about when it comes to what we believe in ghosts and what ghosts are and everything. But he also says something really interesting. None of that has changed for the last 100 years.
This is true. We don't really have much in the way of new developments.
None of that. The way we look at residual hauntings, place hauntings, time slips, stone tape theory, intelligent hauntings, all of that, not much has changed, if anything, over the last 100 years. And for those people that were asking about who do people pick their parents before they're born, that whole stream of thinking also kind of comes into that whole spiritualist movement. So the spiritualists have still got a lot to answer for, or to be grateful for, whichever way you look at it, because they really opened up the conversation about all of those topics, because the church wasn't doing it at that point in time. The church had one view. There's only one ghost, and that's the Holy Ghost. End of story. Don't ask any more questions. You're not supposed to know. Go away. The spiritualist movement changed everything and really got people talking, but nothing has changed since then.
Nope.
So it's interesting stuff.
Yeah, we just keep regurgitating, and if anyone thinks outside of the box and tries to do something, they're quite often hounded.
Oh, yes.
For doing something different. And how stupid are you for trying that? Well, no, you're not.
Absolutely.
Have a crack. Imogen, I have a question, not for me this time. When did you have your first experience and how did it happen? I've mentioned mine before. I was about 3. It was at my grandparents' place. There was something under the bed there and I saw it shoot out through the window. And I told them about it and they told me it was a nightmare, but I know that I saw it because the bed used to move. Renata?
Yeah, I probably started as a little one as well, having nightmares and night terrors, and weird and wonderful things sort of coming in and out of my bedroom at night. whether I sort of believed that they were hallucinations or bad dreams. I don't know whether my parents would have even known how to explain hallucinations back then, but bad dreams or whatever. That was certainly something that scared the living daylights out of me for the first 5 years of my life. Then it sort of all settled down once I went to school, but the whole thing about confiding in anyone, well, my parents kind of only would come in when I was screaming the house down, and they never explored or talked about any of that at all. I had to find my own way when I was a teenager. So for me, there was no one I could confide in. The biggest blessing in the world is if you have children who are having experiences and you can listen to them and talk to them about what's going on.
Just so you know, because we did have, Donna wants to know when are our t-shirts and things coming out. We are working on it. We've got some logos and things that are happening at the moment. We're just not happy with what we've found at the moment.
Don't you dare.
But
Don't.
there is one.
Don't you dare. Don't.
She hates.
Don't you
She
dare.
hates it.
Don't.
Because it makes it look like she's got no teeth.
That just is horrendous. It's horrendous.
So we are working on it. We just haven't quite found what we like yet. But
sorry, Des, but my God, you went so wrong there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, she's difficult. I'm just like, yeah, that's okay. You know, that one did throw me. I like the first one better. All right. Have you heard of the hairy men? They're supposed to be connected to the Kadachi men and the Min Min lights.
Yes, the hairy men are part of Australian folklore out in the bush. Absolutely. They're kind of like our Yowies, more or less. Yes, and the Indigenous people very much believed in the hairy men and their magic. So yes, Jess, very much part of Australian history.
Hi Danielle, how are you? Thanks for joining us. I've not heard of this either. Just wondering what you lovely ladies think of
QAnon.
QAnon.
Oh, Jose, this is not a political
platform.
platform.
Oh, that's QAnon. Right, okay. I thought it was some
platform.
sort of religious group or something. I don't know what that is. As I said, if I don't know, I'll say so. But yeah, I know QAnon. Yeah, Kim, it's not the Taro night tonight, my love. Zucchini is also good on pizza, although I'm not that fussed on the cauliflower base, but when you're doing keto, better than nothing.
Hello, Andrew.
Bella wants to know, how can I protect my children who see spirit?
Well, do you need to protect them? Protection is a kind of a word that says, I need to create a barrier between something that is evil or something that's going to hurt me or my children. And I think allowing them to understand what is going on and then taking away the constant fear and the having your eye on that all the time.
This is another one from Bella as well.
Really, really important.
There's a bit of fear there, I feel, Bella, because you're talking about how can I protect my children who see spirit? How can I protect myself from getting attachments?
Yeah, who are you learning from, Bella?
Who is giving you this information? Because it's really not as hideous as that.
And we would love to know, because that might help other people who are watching as well. Now, where are you getting your information from, and what is their learning experience?
And the biggest way to protect yourself is not to be fearful, because fear is cracks in your protective psychic shield. And if you are going around fearing everything and worrying about everything, then you are opening yourself up for issues. So you have to know that you are safe and strong.
Plus, your children read your energy, and so if you are fearful, then it's more than likely, without you even saying a word, your children are feeling that fear from you, and then they don't feel safe and secure.
I keep seeing kaleidoscope images when I'm asleep and keep seeing it when I open my eyes. Can you please help me with what it means?
Get your eyes tested first, Heidi. Get your eyes tested and just go and see the doctor first, because sometimes that can be something associated with migraines and headaches coming on. I know that's a bit of a downer and a sort of a slap and go, well, don't you be
That's not
saying
paranormal.
that. That's not paranormal. But I would first and foremost, Heidi, go get my eyes tested and
Are you suffering from headaches, lovely?
yeah, and go to the doctor and just get yourself checked out first, and then we can go and have a look whether any of that might be paranormal. I haven't heard of that, but that's not to say it doesn't happen.
There is also the fact that when you go to sleep and just before you wake up, or just as you wake up, that your brain disengages, and therefore your eyes, which have been away from light or shutting down from light, will cause you to see images. You know, when you look at something really bright and you close your eyes and you've got an imprint of it, you get these after effect images. So it could be something like that, but it's not paranormal. It's either something to do with when you're falling asleep or waking up, your vision is not catching up to your state of sleeping or wakefulness, or you might just need to get your eyes tested. And we have a couple of little things that we've got to cover, and that is, first off, for our second Naughty and Nice Tarot show, which is on the 18th of April. There is only 4 tickets left. That is it, at the Quinn at Branxton. It includes your garlic breads, bruschetta type things to start with, and then a main meal, and then the Naughty and Nice Tarot show. $60 a person. Bargain for a dinner and a show. So if you would like to get tickets to that, I'm not sure if Christy's around to pop up a link, or maybe one of our other parastalkers can pop up a link for us, just so people can find it. But 4 tickets, that's it. There's not going to be any more in Newcastle for a while now, because they are going to send us around Australia to do this.
Heaven forbid.
And we've got some reviews to read out from the True Hauntings. We have not had a shitty review.
Really?
They've all been 5-star reviews.
Awesome. So
Freaking amazing.
We work our butt off to do
We
that.
do. We're being rather traumatised by the one we're recording tomorrow. Bloody hell. What's this? You can make a magic mirror by painting a picture frame glass black.
Yes, you can. Yep.
Thank you, Samantha, for sharing that little tip. That is awesome. Mick's done some mirror gazing.
Yeah.
We quite often have people have a bit of a breakthrough. We had one at Maitland Jail the other day who saw his father, and there was still unfinished business there, and it brought a whole heap of stuff up, which then allowed him to start to heal. I get things fly out of food cupboard when people pass in the family. What are they trying to tell me? Is it out of date? If that's what you are used to seeing when somebody passes in your family, that's the symbol for your family to let you know that they're around, they're okay, and they're passing through. That's my guess. Because you've probably talked about it, and it's sort of what they do.
Yeah.
Oops, I lost it.
And things fly out of cupboards, for a myriad of reasons. Often because if you're like at my place, you stick things in like Jenga, and then the moment you open a cupboard, it just all falls out. But it's really, we've got to stop trying to find meaning in every single freaking thing that happens in our world. You know,
sometimes it's mundane.
It just is what it is, and it's not necessarily trying to tell you something. It just has happened. And if you associate with someone who has passed, you go, good-o, okay, I know, thank you very much. And just accept that as being the end of the story. It's just happened. You've associated with someone who has passed in the family, as Anne said. Okay, I get that. It seems to happen all the time. That's my reference point, that I know that they've passed over, that they're fine, all of that. but they're not necessarily then reaching out with some huge message. Kim, it just is
It's
what
just
it
like
is.
we're passing through and saying bye on our way through. Um, Now, if you have listened to our True Hauntings podcast and you've loved it, if you could go and leave a review on iTunes, we would so appreciate it. We've got a goal set. We've got our 20th episode coming up before much longer, and we want to crack 20k downloads. So we need you all to go and listen to the episodes if you haven't missed out, if you've missed some. But this is a review from Mel Caffarelli. Hi Mel, Anne and Renata, I have thoroughly enjoyed your first podcast, loved your enthusiasm, knowledge and interest in this story. I've heard of this story but hadn't really delved into it. This has encouraged me to look further into the story. Love the sound effects and your storytelling skills. I look forward to listening to future podcasts. Good luck on this new venture. Now so many podcasts in, I have loved every single one of them, so she's added to it afterward. I've learned something new and totally relaxed listening to these stories being told with such a wonderful story to back it up. My family now ask on a Thursday, what's the story of the day? And often in the car, my daughter and I listen to these podcasts on repeat. Can't wait to hear more.
Aww.
Oh! Don't let your kids listen to the one we're going to record tomorrow. It's traumatizing. And this, I ain't
got a nickname.
I ain't got a nickname. Awesome. Well, I'm addicted. I hang out for the next episode every week. Hope you enjoyed Lonnie and... Hope you ladies enjoyed Lonnie. Would love to see you in Hobart. Oh, we've been to Hobart. We love it. All right, we'll read some more in a minute. Let's get on to Susie McMullen. A dowsing rod's a good way of communicating with spirits.
The best way to communicate with spirit is mind to mind, sitting and having the information come to you from a place of feeling, so you feel what they're saying or what you're hearing, what you're feeling, that connection. Dowsing rods, because we hold them in our hands, we can at times manipulate them, even though we don't think we are, and there is a tendency for us to get the results that we want. Same with Ouija boards. You know, if you have people sitting on Ouija boards and they're not 100% aware of the little
micro
movements that can be made to push the planchette in a particular way to particular words, you will end up getting the result you want. So this is where you have to be so structured in how you use these things. And we use dowsing rods and we use pendulums and we use Ouija boards, but we just have to be aware, Susie, that sometimes we can even lie to ourselves with regard to the outcome. Sometimes we are just wanting a particular outcome so bad that it happens.
Instead of admitting it out loud yourself, go, yeah, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. So, oh no, the dowsing rod's told me. So it's spiritual bypassing, really. Yeah. And thank you, Renee. I love the Beechworth podcast, and it leads me into here. Need more graveyard visits. I've been to Beechworth a few times, but have not been to the asylum. The people I go there with are in no way interested in history, and I find that very strange. I love Beechworth. The history is very rich, and I've got to do this asylum and hopefully find someone to drag along with me. Thanks for the talk about the place, girls. It'd be nice to go there with you both. Okay. Oh, that's a nice way of looking at it, Imogen. I think that was in a movie where there was only so many souls and they were down to the last soul or something like that, and they needed somebody to sacrifice their life to be able to have the next soul, the baby born, or it would be born without a soul. But that's a really lovely thought. I can't tell you whether it's true or not because I don't know. I'm getting a bit more logical. Hi, Jules. Yay! Yeah, we always stream to our Facebook page and to our YouTube page, and the YouTube. Oh, speaking of which, the new companion to True Hauntings is coming out tomorrow, and there's something really, really funny in it. I lost my shit when I saw it. It's the Black Monk of Pontefract, and our
Watch the timeline.
watch the timeline. I laughed
Watch
out
the
loud.
timeline. There is a reference
She laughed
to me. That's all I'm saying. Just watch
out.
the timeline when it comes
Oh
up.
my god, it was a cracker.
Let us know if you get it. So send a message through and say, yeah, I got it. I got
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I've lost the spot again. No. Boy, I've got really behind. Oh, good on you, John. Was just thinking to ask about Indigenous question. I have Indigenous friends who have had ghost spirit experiences. Are they more attuned to such experience due to culture?
If your belief is set in the whole spiritual arena, then yes, you would be more open to it because you have been attuned to it since you're a little child, and you have been attuned to expect that those things exist because your parents, grandparents, and your elders have talked about them as being part of your cultural heritage. So, in short, yes, John?
I think if they've grown up with it, yes. But
Yeah.
if they've not grown up with the culture around them and they've gone into our awful society, maybe not as much. But it's whether they're being brought up with it around them all the time. Same for us, I suppose. Hello, Gareth. How are you, good ladies? I like that.
Hello, Gareth.
Yes, very nice, very nice. Sorry, it's jumping a little bit here. Oh, there she is. Now, you might get confused. We've got a few Anne Renata Good and Renata Ann Good, and they're all Christy. It's just that she can share it to many pages without going into Facebook jail. So that's why she's got a few there. Oh, Tracy, where are you from? Willa Warren. Where is that? Oh, Danielle, you are absolutely right. Dehydration affects vision too. I remember that being at a conference and being dehydrated and having like this, and it's like a kaleidoscope, and it started to come in closer and closer the more dehydrated I got. Thank you. I'd forgotten about that. Any ideas why I'm suddenly being woken by the burning smell at night?
Don't know. There's something about burning smells in this week's podcast, though, but I wouldn't listen to it if I was you, Tammy.
I would go around your house and actually check that there isn't something burning. Look for the mundane answers first. Is the smell familiar to anyone that you know, whether living or dead? Might just be a message to reach out to them if they're still alive, or they just might be letting you know that they're around if they're on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Imogene? Okay. Yep, you're on. Anything for a night out.
The Brolga Theatre, I love that. That's awesome.
Janet, we've got friends in Coffs Harbour. What's Leslie's team? Christy, can you find out Leslie's team? I know that she's got some tours and things running as well. Oh. Oh. Yes, we will be going to Adelaide. Yes, apparently that is one of the stops. There is a possibility we might be going to Melbourne in a month, but that won't be for the tarot show. That would be for some other work.
Tiffany.
Where's Tiffany?
It is not tarot night tonight. Sorry, come back on Thursday, my sweet.
Oh yeah, sorry, lovely. Come back on Thursday. We'll ask.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, catching up. Oh, I love how you guys all chat to each other.
Yeah, because everyone's got knowledge, everyone's had experience, so, you're very welcome to throw your experience in, and it might help someone who is online at the moment. Absolutely.
Oh, thanks, Jules. We are enjoying doing them. It's a bit stressful because...
James has got a question.
It just all jumped, didn't it? James, is this it? Oh, the 4-hour invitational.
We're still working out a few things, but yes, you'll probably get an email from Maitland Jail with an invitation to say we invite you to come along to a 4-hour, and these are the dates.
All right, so this is a good question. What should I try to focus on? So focus on. Because you're supposed to think of nothing, and if you're anything like me, it's just not going to happen. My brain's just going the whole time. So what I do is I envisage my breath coming in, and then I picture it in my mind turning around and going back out, and then as it expels, So I'm drawing a picture literally with my breath in my head, and I concentrate on drawing that picture, and that seems to disengage the thinking brain for me.
Renee, stop trying to not think. We are thinkers. Human beings are thinkers, and it takes many, many years of practice to try and meditate without that thought continually overriding the meditation process. Most people will continue to think through their meditation, and that's okay. If you can just not linger on the thoughts will come. Just go, okay, I know I'm thinking about tomorrow night's dinner. I'm just going to push that away, and I'm going to bring my thoughts back to my breath again. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and just go into that methodology. Breathe in, breathe out. Probably you'll only do that for a couple of times before the next thought comes in. The whole thing is to sit and allow yourself to be in a space where you are trying to quiet the mind. There is a fear also that if we stop thinking, we stop being. Like our brain has to continually be jumbled in a mass of thought, and we are afraid of what would happen if we stop doing that. We can only stop doing that for literally seconds at a time, Renee. So again, you're overthinking this.
I'm good at that.
You're overthinking it. And maybe it's a great thing to start with 2-minute or 3-minute meditations and get them to be guided meditations, so you're actually listening to someone who is guiding you through it.
That's a good idea. Yeah, it's guided ones. Another review, Sam and Izzy. Great listen. My daughter and I listen to this weekly. We love the show. Anne and Renata bring such a fun take on telling ghost stories and make us laugh every time we listen to them. They also bring some really great stories about hauntings and ghosts from around the world.
We love doing it, although it is taking up a massive amount of time.
And
we're getting lost in the stories. And it's changing our viewpoint, very much so, on our belief systems.
Things very that much. I used to look at and go, oh, wow, that was definitely a ghost story. I'm now going, no. All right, this is an interesting one from Crystal. My grandmother isn't very well, but in the past few days, she's been seeing her mother and said she needs to go home. She also has severe Alzheimer's. Would this sort of be like her calling home? My grandfather said he's seen his mother and then 2 days left he was gone. I just hope this isn't the case again.
Crystal, it could be, and that's something that you have to be prepared for. A lot of people will say they see family members just before their passing. It may be a way for her to also calm herself and to just feel some sense of connection. So she's reaching out to a memory where she sees her mum, and her mum is calling her to come home, literally, come home, you've been out, come home. So there could be two things.
With Alzheimer's, that's possible.
Yeah, there could be two things going on. So she's regressed, and she's like a little girl, and her mum is calling her back home. But also, Crystal, the case is that often people will see family members before it is their time, and in a way that that family member seems to come through. Again, there seems to be no reasoning as to why, but it gives them this calmness of being able to depart and leave because they know someone is there that they know waiting for them.
I've just got goosebumps all over me. Look, like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, Tracy, does my eldest son have a spirit guide?
Oh, well, allegedly we all have spirit guides. Some spirit guides just get really pissed off at what we do and don't like to talk to us very much. But apparently, spirit guides run by the law of you have free freaking will. So if you decide to do that stupid act, I'm just going to sit back and watch. Apparently, we all have spirit guides, Tracy. So yes, he does.
I like Bella, we're talking about the meditations there, but if you fart. Funny you should mention that. Can I just say, people, that when you're wearing headphones and doing experiments, we can hear you when you fart.
Yes.
We had a very funny experience on the weekend where everybody's sitting with their headphones on, playing recorders back from some experiments they were doing, and somebody forgot. Just let loose one, and all the guides were standing out there with no headphones on and going, it was very fun. She had to turn away.
Oh, God.
What is it about farts that make people lose their shit? Oh.
Oh, dear.
Alright. I jumped again. The chakras? What did I call them the other day? The chakaras? I love mucking around with words.
The chakras.
Well, my brown chakara's just emptied itself. I had to find the toilet very quickly. My brown chakara was blocked, but now it's open.
Thanks, Jodie, for putting up Leslie's link. So our gorgeous friend Leslie has a team up at Coffs Harbour.
There you are. GSI.
GSI Paranormal Coughs.
And as for guided meditations, just look on YouTube. Work out. I use a really nice one that's only 10 minutes, and my brain now, when I hear it, will just switch off and I'm gone. It's really weird. 10-minute music meditation or guided meditation if you need help with falling asleep or stress or weight loss or anything. You can find meditations for them.
Oh, there's 1,000 of them. Thousands.
More.
Thousands.
I do a little tiny scroll and the whole thing just goes... my spirit guides were very much like that with me. I would set many challenges for them. Alright, there's a nice big one there. Imogen? I don't know if I can see all of it. You start reading that, I'll see if I can find the rest of it.
So has anyone had a near-death experience? I had a huge major surgery at 26, 17-hour procedure. That's a long one. And all I remember is a lady dressed in 1800s attire with bright red hair, blue dress and huge blue ring. She was walking but floating. Her hands remained clasped in front and never parted. There was this film-like veil she parted, and I saw all of my loved ones. It was so peaceful. When I went to sleep, she yelled but didn't at me, said not now, and like she pushed me back. That's all I can remember, apart from it was...
I can't see the rest, sorry.
I tell you what, Imogen, that's a beautiful, beautiful image to
Ollie's
keep.
just pushed his way in here.
And actually said, no, go back, you've got something to do, we're not taking you yet, you're not done.
In case you're wondering who is mewling in the background there, this is Ollie. Ollie was found in the park when he was probably about 5-6 weeks old, and he was a scrawny little flea-bitten thing, and he's the most friendliest little cat. Well, he's not so little no more, but he talks a lot. Meow meow, meow meow, meow. Oh, he's just like this on me. I like this, Kathy. Never hold your farts or fats. They travel in your brain and give you shitty ideas.
True. Very true. Very true.
Yeah,
Okay.
we actually, my son, when we got Oliver, said, oh, it's a girl cat, so we called her Olive because she was the ugliest looking cat we'd ever seen, and then it turned out that it was Oliver. Yeah. So this is Ollie. He's turned into a really big boy. Oh, you're a good boy. But he quite often has a smelly bum. Check that out.
Get out of
it. Maybe, Peter. Might be. It might be a conspiracy.
We tend to always go back to some sort of human bodily function at some point in time.
We do.
Yep.
Right, we got any more questions? Oh, hang on. Robert's just sent through the rest of her story. It was so peaceful when I went to sleep. And she yelled but didn't at me and said, "Not now," and like she pushed me back. That's all I remember from it. It was like me in a different era.
Ooh, very interesting. Wow. We have our next tour coming up this Saturday night at Wollombi. Thank you, Christy. And there are tickets left for that. That's a really interesting one because we go into the old courthouse building and do some investigations there, and then we go across the road into St Michael's Church and we do lots and lots of SB11 experiments.
It works really well in there.
Yeah.
Like we get such great conversations. Although last Saturday night was the most astounding. It's up there with Norfolk Island. Most astounding spirit box session, and Mick recorded it, so hopefully we can put it up to show you guys.
Mick, I can't download it. It won't. I've got to put something else on my phone.
Send it to me, Mick, and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. So we've got Wollombi, and then the week after that we have Stroud, our Stroud tour, and we'd love some numbers up on that one. It's again a tour where we go into two buildings inside. So we go into the old courthouse building where we sort of do a reenactment of a courtroom setting.
And we use the spirit boxes in there too.
Oh yeah. And then we go into the cemetery for a little while. And then we go into Crombie House. And Crombie House is really, really super interesting. It's never had electricity in it. Still doesn't. And so with regard to your devices, it's absolutely perfect for all of your K2 meters, trifields, all of that sort of stuff.
Oh, Sarah was there.
There is absolutely no power to the building.
What are you doing?
Hazel.
Bugger off! Destroying. I've got a brand new lounge, and they have destroyed the arm of it already.
Oh, really?
Buggers. Yes, we will, Sarah. We are just trying to work out how to download it. Our Spirit Box apps, the one that we used to use, which we loved to death, was the Portal Plus, but do not buy it anymore because they've changed it. They've made it into a meditation app and this really weird radio voices.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. Download the free one, which is called The Portal, which is the closest thing to what it was. And that seems to work well as well. It wasn't as good as the other one though.
So Danielle Stevenson is asking, how do you know if you have a spirit guide? I felt the presence of a young girl, Amy, since I was about 10 when we did a seance. I haven't felt her since I left Australia, but she was with me for years. Was I making it up?
No. But I find that we seem to move through different spirit guides as well, it's a bit like life. You have different teachers as you go through different stages of your life. So just sit and meditate and ask, who's with me now?
And maybe you needed Amy at a particular time, Danielle, for whatever reason. Maybe it completed that sense of not being alone, or that presence helped you feel calm and safe, and then you got to a point where you really didn't need that anymore, as Anne said, and so that feeling or that sensation left. You got busy with a whole lot of other things, and so unless you really feel that there is this need, we don't have to. It's not like having the dress of the season. We all must have a spirit guide, and we all must know what the spirit guide's name is. If you kind of don't focus on it, it's never risen up for you as something that you kind of need to have, then don't worry about it. Just again, don't worry about it. Some people fixate on this whole spirit guide thing, and they've got to know a name and they've got to know everything about it, and you kind of go, yeah, really?
Thank you for behaving, John.
So yeah, if there is really no need for you to think about,
I'd be up for that, Jess.
Spirit guides, if you've never thought about it, don't let it now enter into your psyche and do your head in. Yeah.
Yeah, Mick, if we can't work it out, we'll take Jodie's suggestion and get you to load it up onto the YouTube channel. We'll work out a way to do it.
Both sessions yesterday, Saturday night, were superb. But one was outstanding. The information that was coming through was crazy. I know there are lots of people out there that poo-poo the portal and all of that, like Chef 666.
Where's your evidence?
Show us your evidence. Never post any evidence.
Says this person who circles orbs with red lines. So no, I just
right, yes. But sometimes it's just freaky. It's just freaky. And there were like 10 people staring, watching this go on. It's not like we were making things up or concocting it.
It wasn't one or two responses.
No, it was a whole set.
It was probably about 20, because I listened to it the other night, one after the other, after the other, after the other, and it all made sense, and some of it was eerily accurate even up to the very last part, which was we need to say good night. So say good night, and they've gone good night.
No, they went see ya.
I'll see ya. Sorry.
See ya.
An interesting spirit box session occurred when I played Kurt Cobain's last song. It's called "You Know You're Right." I lost all lighting in the house. Immediately turned on the spirit box and asked if he was with me. The answer was astonishing when it shouted "present, present, present." Yeah, look, music is really powerful. I have found it seems to be my thing. I try it. People, if you haven't tried it yet, try it. No.
No, they are not a porthole for demons.
Or a portal. Neither of them,
no.
Kathy.
No.
They are plastic, cardboard, wood. It's humans that are problem, not the Ouija boards. Hi, Avril. How are you? Cade, yes, you said you wanted us back on. We're just waiting for the invite to a date.
And that reminds me, Cade, put up here, please, the Facebook page to your podcast. Because if you're really super serious about UFOs, cryptids, all of that sort of stuff, Cade, our gorgeous friend Cade, he has a awesome podcast and he's got merch.
Yeah, which we've got
He's got
coming.
Merch.
We're waiting for the merch guy to respond to us.
So head on, Cade will put up a link to his podcast very shortly. So again, if you're really interested in all of that sort of stuff, head on over there. And he had our friend Attila Caldi on recently.
Freakiest ghost experience you've ever had?
The next one I'm going to have. Anytime I can stand there and go,
well, Saturday night was probably the
that's
freakiest thing
That's a
I've
really
heard.
good experience. And I did a lot of that on Saturday night. I went,
and
that was good.
It's not scary. It's just like profound.
Yeah. Thank you, Cade. Believe Paranormal and UFO podcast. There you go. Believe Paranormal and UFO podcast.
And I've
join.
Carolyn is saying she's seen a UFO. I've had a possible abduction experience. Matching dice.
Matching dice.
Oh, lovely people. All right. There was a really lovely comment somebody wrote on the True Hauntings podcast the other day too. Have you seen Ghost Hunters React? The last one we did was Ouija boards and demons. It was hilarious. I can't wait to go and do more of these. And you guys have been making really good suggestions on things we should react to.
Oh, it's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But what else would you expect?
So we're planning on getting some coffee mugs and some T-shirts and maybe some stickers. Do you want caps? Do they want caps?
Not with our faces on them. They're not getting that.
Not the toothless one anyway.
Jesus Christ. Des.
Oh, thank you, Danielle.
Yes.
So head over to our YouTube and look for Anne and Renata. Anne with an E, Renata without. And yeah, come join our little happy page over there. Don't forget to please subscribe. Please subscribe and hit the little bell. Because at the moment we're trying desperately to get to the 1,000, and it's going up. You guys have helped so much, but if you can look for Anne and Renata on YouTube. Some people here tonight are watching from YouTube, which we really appreciate because that's getting our hours up as well.
Yeah, I think we should have undies with frightfully good on the back.
I want to have Sacred Bush. Hashtag Sacred Bush on the undies. Oh, Susie, you found our TikTok page. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, I've been putting tarot tip of the day up. So every couple of days I do a tarot tip. Trying to do them about 3 times a week. It's just, we're really busy, but trying to do them Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays or Saturdays. And just a tip of the day for you guys. So head on over to TikTok or our
Thank you,
Facebook page, and you'll get your tarot tip of the day as well.
Hi, Ashmore. Bit late to the party, but that's okay.
So any of you that have just clicked on, please watch from the beginning later on. It takes a few minutes for the whole thing to load back up. And yeah, by all means watch, catch up.
I'm pretty sure on TikTok it's Anne and Renata or Anne and Renata. I've been asking people for the password so I can get back in, and nobody has sent it to me. You got it? It's obviously very high up on her profile because you can't find it. What's this? Married at First Sight. I saw it.
It's Anne and Renata. That's what it is.
So
at
hang on, I'll put it in.
And Renata.
At Anne and Renata on TikTok. There you go.
That's it. That's the TikTok page.
It's probably at the moment, Peter, if you can go via YouTube, that's awesome because we need to get those hours up on there. So thank you for asking that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. That's really awesome of you to ask that.
And Susie would like to know, when can I book a reading with you? Currently recovering from surgery. So, well, Susie, she can do phone readings
or email readings.
Email readings.
If you go to luckypsychic.com
thank you, Rebecca.
when you're ready, Susie, you can actually book in an email reading or a phone reading.
There, I've just put it scrolling at the bottom.
Luckypsychic.com for a private reading.
Or those who want to meet her in person, go to Witch and Willow on Wednesday or Thursday, but book in. I really advise booking in.
And thanks for the stars, guys. If you're throwing us some stars, that's awesome. Every star counts as a cent, and I tell you that what those cents count up.
They add up.
So we are very, very grateful.
They give us a tank of fuel a month, and that would be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, are we going to go to that private case tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh!
Yes, so we are going somewhere local tomorrow to check out a historic home.
We're invited.
We've been invited by the owner.
I'll have to be nice.
And if we're allowed to post some pictures, we shall. And we'll tell you a little bit about the history of the place next week. Very interesting history.
No, we haven't. I haven't even been on the ghost tour.
Haven't you?
No, I've not done the Fisher's Ghost tour either. So I'll have to get onto Jen and Jeanette and get out there and go do that. So yeah, look, Thank you, everyone. Is that it for tonight? Is there any other questions?
It is.
I
Thank
think
you
we're at
very,
the
very
end.
much, everyone.
Thank you for joining us. I quite like these Monday night little get together chats and talking about life, the universe, and shit. Thank you. All life, the universe, and shit. Yes, Renee, I'll be on my best behaviour. I won't wear any demon t-shirts. Don't want to scare the normals.
There's
another t-shirt. Don't scare the normals.
This one, actually, we got specially made for us in Australia. We may be the only two, plus our beautiful Lady Tamara, 3 that have this. This came from England.
Is it on the back as well?
No, from America. And it actually supports the Buckland Museum of Witchcraft. So the Buckland Museum created this for the Witchcraft Museum in Cornwall. Yes, thank you very much. And we ordered it specifically because we know the beautiful
we love freebies, but we don't expect people to send us freebies. We support other places that need supporting. Yeah, we buy our stuff. Although we don't say no to freebies.
Yes, so if you've got anything free, throw it over. But we do buy our stuff.
Yep,
So I did buy this from Electric Witch.
Yep.
Just saying, Dressed to Possess. And they've got some groovy t-shirts. And we did support the Witchcraft Museum by buying 3 of these.
Love Universe and shit. It's a t-shirt.
Oh, isn't it just? Love Universe and shit.
All right, thank you guys for joining us yet again on the Monday night. We'll be back on Thursday night, and Renata will be almost out of Facebook jail by then.
3 more days.
Oh, yeah. Love, light and stuff, fluff. Have a great week, everyone. Look for the joys in every single day and stop concentrating on the shit in your life. You'll feel better, trust me. See you on the dark side.
Love you.
Bye.